All right. Oh, that's way too far. Move this mic up just a bit. There we go. Because I already got a type. Let me see. Did I give myself any room to type? I probably did not. That's going to come back to bite me in the behind. We're going to see. All right, before I get straight into it, I do want to just say sometimes before I do these live streams, I get like the butterflies in my jellies. I get the butterflies in my jellies. Let me know if any of you guys get butterflies in your jellies. Anyway, let's go actually advertise. Ooh, what's that mean? Basically, I'm live, but sometimes people don't know I'm live, so let me just put post on all my different social medias and give me a moment to do that. As I chew my gum, get my voice ready for this. I'm just testing out my audio, listening to my own thing. Okay, yeah, I sound good. But I always only sound good when I'm like up on the microphone. It's fine. It's crowded. If I can get the keyboard to, no, because then I'd have to type one-handed. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to get one of those microphones that comes down. Or I have a microphone, but like the arm that comes down, I'll have to get that. Anywho, turn this back on. There was a description. Pressing all the wrong buttons. It won't let me click it. If I go here. Click and don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I don't think they need that. Here we go. Let's do some tweeting. Put the link here so people can see it. It doesn't even let you put the link in. Wow. It was too wordy. Too wordy for Twitter. What's that 7 mean? What'd I do? Alright, bam. So I got it on Twitter. We're gonna do Facebook and Insta. It's a busy day. Went from doing the podcast to doing this now. Move this thing over here. Oh, I forgot to put the chat box up. Okay, that's there. Alright, so let's do Facebook and Insta. For those of you just tuning in, we're getting ready to start. I'm just trying to draw up more people to watch by posting that I'm actually going live, just in case the algorithm's not doing its job. Oh, now my computer wants to move slow. I'm going to blame that Wi-Fi for that. Alright, here we go. Make my post. Upload from desktop. Nefarious. Nefarious. It says one or more selected photos outside. Okay, so it's got to make it a 4:5 aspect ratio. Just go ahead. I don't care. always something. These different social medias, man. There's always something. These different social medias. Then there's that new social media that just came out called Threads. Oh, more stuff to worry about. More stuff. I'm trying my darndest. We're getting there. We are getting there. I just realized we had double audio coming in. Because I was trying to find the link to my thing. Alright, so Facebook and Insta have it. What other socials? I wouldn't even know how to post it on TikTok. Okay. Without further ado, I suppose it's time for me to get started. Give me just a second. We got some peeps here. Don't need that. Don't need this. Let's get the notepad open. Okay, notepad is working. Alright, we are going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ahoy Maloy. Welcome back, folks. 2 live streams in one day. Wow, so fun. So fun. So we did the podcast earlier. Had a good time with that. Now we are on. I'm in the middle of editing. It takes a while to edit because I like to have a little interesting visual to go along with the podcast. So in order to not make my brain turn into mush from doing the same activity for 60 minutes in a row, hour and a half in a row, I got like switch things up. So I, worked on some other videos, and now I was working on getting ready for the Nefarious review, because I saw this movie when it first came out in April, and then I got backed up because I started getting busy and the stuff was happening at my job. So now I got some time. We're going to work on the Nefarious review. So funny thing about that, I spelled it wrong earlier. I did N-A. It's N-E-F-A-R-I-O-U-S. Nefarious review. And then as always, we have our special thanks category. All that is just, hey, you put something in the chat. I want to make you forever immortalized by being in the video's description and on the website. Website is cypherspit.com. So from Twitch, we have 2 people here. Alright, forever immortalized. Now let's go over some fun things, and let's talk about budget. Let's Google that. Usually I already have that Googled. If you're watching live, take a guess at what you think the budget for this movie was. Let's go ahead and try to find out. I'm going to Google that because I actually don't know myself. But it's all good. Hot dang. This movie was, oof. I got the budget right here. When you see this number. Alright. Budget for this movie was $200 million. That's a lot. It's not even heavy with the special effects. And according to this, let me go back. The cast got 50 million, so that's fair. The cast did a good job acting. The production of it was 150 million. I'm assuming because they had to rent out the prison. I don't know what makes the production budget blow up that well. I know some things about movies, but not how they budget. Now we're gonna see if it made any money. It finished 10th at the box office. This is one of was the final box office. Oh wow, you're not gonna like this number. I found the number, by the way. You're not gonna like it. I'm gonna find a second source to double check before I post it. Box Office Mojo. Yep, that is accurate. Wow, man. So, on a budget of $200 million, Nefarious made $5.4 million. Womp, womp, womp. So, yeah, this movie did not do well at the box office at all. And I'm going to talk about that. So, pros. The dialogue was good. I enjoyed the dialogue. Cons, this movie was mismarketed. Made me think I was going to be watching a horror movie when in fact this was a faith-based thriller. Yup. That's exactly what this was. This is a faith-based thriller. Nothing wrong with that. It's just very deceitful. Sorry, very deceitful. I said deceptful. Alright, I'm listening. Put this over here. Need a third screen. I got so much in my face. Right, so we gotta work on our tag. Our hook. Like the audience hook, the question to ask the audience. It'd be like, can this thriller, I won't say it's faith-based, because then that's wouldn't catch the audience. Can this thriller, hold on. Transcend its genre. Oh, also, folks, if this is your first time watching this, I spell horribly, so keep that in mind. There will be a lot of misspellings of words. Don't fret over that. All right, so let me see. Can this thriller transcend its genre and challenge your beliefs? Wait. And challenge your beliefs? Then my classic. Hold on a sec. Extra. My Google. Hold on a second, guys. We're back. I actually have a button for that too. Like I can actually pause the stream. I'm gonna show you. I'm so excited about these little things I added. Check this out. If I go away, if I know I'm going away, I can do this. Watch. Did you see it? That was cool. That's just me being very silly. All right. Anyway, get the notepad up. Oops. Let's find out. Then I know we got to do the call to actions, always next. That's all. Like, I just copy and paste from the previous video. That's always fun. All right, let me see how I want to start this thing off. So can't even get my words right. It's entertaining. It's definitely intriguing. The plot's I'm trying to say intriguing and entertaining at the same time. It's intriguing. It's definitely intriguing. All right, let me see. So Nefarious, and you see I did it again. You see I did it again, right? All right. Nefarious delivers an intriguing. Again, words will be spelled wrong. I do apologize. Nefarious delivers an intriguing story that blurs the lines between faith, supernatural, or science. No, science. It's not really science because he's a psychiatrist. So psychology. Hold on. Dang, spell check. Why don't you help me out a little bit? Hold on a second. There we go. All right. Nefarious delivers an intriguing story that blurs lines between faith, psychology, and the supernatural. Supernatural. Okay. That's better. Let's talk about the actor. You're not gonna know his name. This story is about. Oh well, let's talk about the performances first. All right. Yeah, I'll just say the name of the actor. Jordan Belfi, or it could be Belfi. Jordan Belfi plays an atheist psychiatrist called in at the last minute to evaluate a death row inmate who claims to be possessed by a demon. The demon played by no, just a demon. Jordan Belfi plays an atheist psychiatrist called in at the last minute to evaluate a death row inmate who claims to be possessed by a demon. And then the other person is Sean Patrick Flannery. The inmate. Sean Patrick Flannery. I don't like this. His name is 3 names. Alright, hold on. Sean Patrick Flannery. The inmate is played by Sean Patrick Flannery. He gives a great performance that steals the show. There we go. I like that. There are some criticisms I saw on Reddit though. Criticisms? whatever. There's some criticisms I saw online about how he portrays a person afflicted, yeah, I spelled that wrong. Schizophrenia. Alright, that's a mouthful of words right there. Alright, so we got our opening little monologue. Nefarious delivers an intriguing story that blurs the lines between faith, psychology, and the supernatural. Jordan Belfry plays an atheist psychiatrist called in at the last minute to evaluate a death row inmate who claims to be possessed by a demon. The inmate is played by Sean Patrick Flannery. He gives a great performance that steals the show. There are some criticisms I saw online about how he portrays a person afflicted with schizophrenia. That's good. The plot was exciting, not exciting. I don't want to say intriguing again. I gotta talk about the plot now, and I don't know what word to use. The plot was exciting. I don't know if I'd call it exciting. I wasn't jumping out my seat. Interesting. Gripping. You could say gripping. The plot was gripping. As we see the tug of war between a man of science, facts, and evidence go up against a person. Oh wait. The plot was gripping as we see the tug of war between a man of science, facts, and evidence go up against a demon, go up against a person, go up against a demon, or at least a person who thinks he's a demon, go up against a demon, or at least he thinks he's a demon. Yeah, I like that. The story... The dialogue or the story? It kept my attention all the way up until the end. The dialogue. I would say the story. Story kept my attention. Attention. The story kept my attention all the way until the end, where the ending fumbled, basically. The story kept my attention up until the last act, basically. Last act, where the pacing took a complete fumble. The pacing took a complete fumble. The whole story was I don't want to talk about that. I always like to not give spoilers too. Nobody's seen this movie, so giving spoilers is actually a requirement. But I don't want to spoiler the whole thing. That's like more of an analyst video. So skip through some thoughts of mine that may make it into the final edit. This is just me getting an outline at least, because I got more thoughts, but they might come out when I'm not trying to type and think of them out. So let me see. We talked about the plot, talked about how it ended. The pacing was good. The soundtrack and score, like, people like to say, oh, how's the sound? It didn't really stand out. So I guess, because I talked about the score with Evil Dead Rise, and I was like, oh, it's a horror movie. Wait, let me talk about how this was not a horror movie. This movie, I got it in my head. See, sometimes I can freestyle better than I can type it. This movie had to suffer, or this movie was sent out to suffer. This movie's biggest crime. This movie's biggest crime was its marketing. I saw the trailer for this and thought that I was in for a supernatural horror movie. Supernatural horror movie. This was definite. I know I spelled that wrong. Definitely not that. There are no jump scares or any scares in this movie for that matter. This is a thriller, first and foremost, and foremost. Well, it's more of a faith-based thriller. Yeah, this is a, let me put that in, because we gotta talk about that. Faith, I didn't mean to capitalize that. Faith-based thriller, first and foremost. Now, let's talk about that elephant in the room. This movie subtly pushes themes of faith on its viewer, and I didn't mind that at all. It's only in the last few minutes of the movie that I don't want to blame the director, that the movie decides to hit you over the head with its faith. Bam, there we go. Did I even talk about the soundtrack yet? I didn't. Somewhere I gotta add the soundtrack. This is talking more about the end. Biggest crime was marketing. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack it didn't stand out, and it was fine, pretty much. Soundtrack of this, the soundtrack and score of this movie was fine and didn't really stand out for me. Yeah, it was serviceable. It didn't do anything differently. Talked about the ending. Let's talk about recommendations. Let me see. Bring my old guide up here real fast. Recommendation is going to be firmly in the if you like actor director genre category. I can only recommend this movie to someone who is a fan of thrillers. Like horror movies, you'll be disappointed, and if you like faith-based movies, this might be too mainstream for you. Mainstream for you. Let me see. And then I gotta give it the verdict. So let's do that. Alright, verdict. This was a good time. So when I watched it, I wasn't scrolling because I was into it till the end. I think maybe that point I was like, you messed it up. This is a good time, no texting required. Again, I was logged in, but by the time you get to that third act, you might be scrolling. This is a good film to add to the collection. Definitely not. Definitely not. This is a good time if you're streaming, because that could be right between. We might just invent a new verdict today. This is a good time if you're streaming, right? I like that. This is a good time. This was a good time if you're streaming. Only for streaming. Wait, this was a good time just for streaming. This was a good time if you're streaming. Yeah, if you're streaming. All right, we're going to invent a new one today, folks. You bear witness as we've just invented a new verdict. This was a good time just for streaming. Oh, if you're streaming. If you're streaming. Oh, yeah, if you're streaming. All right, here we go. Oh, and do the little, that way I know I picked that. And then I got to give it, so I'm going to give Nefarious. It's what it sounds like, is right? Nefarious? No. Nefarious. Boy, that's spelling, folks. You guys gotta know it. You gotta know it. I'm gonna give Nefarious. So a 7 is good. A 6 is okay. Let me see. Let's pull up the good old IGN review scale. Guys, give me a second. Let's pull that out real quick. That's what I use. That's the secret. I use the IGN game review scale to help me with my movies. So yeah, 7 is good. 6 is okay. This was okay, but I liked it. It's just the ending part. See, if I'm being nice, 6.5. If I'm being general audience, it's a 6. So because it's my channel and you want my opinion of it, it's a 6.5. But generally speaking, if I had to just look at it from the audience, I'm going to say it's a 6. And even then, they might even say it's mediocre. So I'll meet you halfway in between. Mediocre is 5. So I'll meet you halfway in between and say it's a 6. But I enjoyed it. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. But I thought it was good. I like that sit down talking. You don't need all the action all the time. I'm going to do 6.5. I'm going to do 6.5. I'm going to do a 6.5. I know. It's crazy. Because it's not a 7 at all. But I think it's just a little bit better than okay. Because it's okay. Will I watch it again? I would, though. I would. On a rainy day, I would watch it again. I would have my wife watch it because I enjoyed it. And I'll let her know, like, hey, look, the ending, it falls a little bit down. But other than that, I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's the type of movie she would really care to watch because I watch movies with I watch a lot, so my taste is a little varied. But my dad would watch it. My dad's a movie buff. So, yeah, I'm going to say, like I said, for real, it's a 6. But for me and what I'm going to give the review for the channel, we're going 6.5. So I'm going to give Nefarious a... Oh, I don't do that. I'm going to give Nefarious 6.5 prison sentences. No. 6.5 electric chambers out of 10. Maybe? That might be too much. 6.5 handcuffs. 6.5 what? See, now here's the fun part, because you got to figure out what ties into the film. 6.5 demons out of 10. Demons out of 10. That's fine. That's close enough. All right. And then compare it to a film I saw recently, or at least in that genre. This film wasn't better than Missing. It has 2023. Alright, this film wasn't better than Missing. It's on the same level. Hold on. It's on the same level as Knock at the Cabin, but since that movie takes place in Philly, it's better. Because this and Knock at the Cabin, bam, same movie. One is just better. Knock at the Cabin was better. And Knock at the Cabin had a better twist, too. Alright, let's get to our wrap-up. Oops. That's what we want. Wrap up. This is the best part. We breezed through this. We did a good job. Alright, so... what did you think of Nefarious? Come on, there we go. So what did you think of Nefarious? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you hate it? Did you even see it? Let me know in that comment box below. Oh, and then I asked the audience a question first. Question. I know y'all didn't see it. Didn't see it, so let me ask this. I know y'all didn't see it, so let me ask this. What's your favorite movie involving a demon? What's y'all favorite movie involving a demon? Mine is Fallen, and I gotta double check this real fast because I believe Fallen is the movie with Denzel Washington. Checking the poster. Yep, that's the one. Mine is Fallen, starring Denzel Washington. Messed that up. Then wait, caps on? Denzel Washington. Okay, mine's is Fallen, starring Denzel Washington. If you guys haven't seen that movie, go see it. Very good, very fun. I enjoyed that movie. This is a movie recommendation for you. Now for the ending, let me know in that comment box below, and for more movie news and reviews. Wait, and for more news and movie reviews, comma, check out our review for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And for everything else, you're already in the right place. And for everything else, you're already in the right place. ... Where you at? 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 CPG. All right, beautiful. Now let's do a practice run through so you guys can hear how it's finally going to come out. And thank you all for rocking with me. Here we go. Can this thriller transcend its genre and challenge your beliefs? Let's find out. Actually, I might want to tease the fact that it was mismarketed. Can this mismarketed thriller, I don't know if mismarketed is a real word. Can this incorrectly marketed? We'll come back to that. I'll think about that in the drawing booth or in the recording booth. Don't worry about that. Starting over. Can this thriller transcend its genre and challenge your beliefs? Let's find out. Nefarious delivers an intriguing story that blurs the line between faith psychology and the supernatural. Jordan Belfry plays an atheist psychiatrist called in at the last minute to evaluate a death row inmate who claims to be possessed by a demon. The inmate is played by Sean Patrick Flannery. He gives a great performance that steals the show. There are some criticisms I saw online about how he portrays a person afflicted with schizophrenia. The plot was gripping as we see the tug of war between a man of science, facts, and evidence go up against a demon, or at least he thinks he's a demon. Oh, I should have said, or go up against a literal demon. Yeah, let me add that. Literal demon. There we go. Because then it's like, what's the stakes? Is he a literal demon or he thinks he's a demon? And again, I'm not telling you. Goes up against a literal demon, or at least he thinks he's a demon. There it is. The story kept my attention up until the last act, where the pacing took a complete fumble. The soundtrack and score of this movie was fine and didn't really stand out for me. This movie's biggest crime was its marketing. I saw the trailer for this and thought I was in for a supernatural horror movie. This was definitely not that. Hold on. This was definitely not that. There are no jump scares, or any scares in this movie for that matter. This is a faith-based thriller first and foremost. Now, let's talk about that elephant in the room. This movie subtly pushes themes of faith on its viewer, and I don't mind that at all. It's only in the last few minutes of the movie that the movie decides to hit you over the head with its faith. I can only recommend this movie to someone who's a fan of thrillers, because if you like horror movies, you'll be disappointed, and if you like faith-based movies, this might be too mainstream for you. This was a good time if you're streaming. I'm going to give Nefarious 6.5 demons out of 10. This film was better than Missing. It's on the same level as Knock at the Cabin, but since that movie takes place in Philly, it's better. So, what did you think of Nefarious? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you even see it? I know y'all didn't see it, so just let me ask you this. What's your favorite movie involving a demon? Mine's is Fallen, starring Denzel Washington. Let me know in that comment box below. And for more news and movie reviews, check out our review of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And for everything else, you're already in the right place. CPG. Beautiful. That's it. I wish I'd have kept that. Put that right in the video. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye.